Smarties. You know exactly what Smarties are. You're in a class, you get a quiz. You ace the quiz. The teacher gives you a small roll as a reward. One roll, 15 pops, 25 calories. You open up the pack and eat one. It tastes like victory. The annoying asshole behind you asks for one. You're unwilling to give up any of your sweet success pills. You feel triumphant as the teacher lets you devour them in front of the whole class. But there is a dark side to Smarties, and back in 7th grade, that's exactly what I encountered. Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the base. I'm Crowbar, and I'm here to fuck your shit up. Today, I've got another crazy story to tell. So I was sitting in the lunchroom with some friends. On that day, I happened to be bringing in my own lunch. Now, I had some normal things anyone would have. A shitty sandwich, a shitty juice box, a shitty apple, and so on. But today, I had one special thing in my bag. I had Smarties. Lots and lots of Smarties. Now, Halloween had just happened a few days ago, meaning everyone was filled to the brim with candy. Me, my friends, the group of edgy 6th graders sitting near us, everyone. How'd I get those Smarties? That Halloween, my mom happened to be giving out Smarties at the door. Unfortunately, nobody came to our house. Actually, that wasn't the saddest thing in the world, because now, since nobody wanted it, all those little pills belonged to me. I had as many as I would ever want or need, and I could do anything I want with them. So I brought some to school. So I pull out my first roll, I hork it down. A friend notices, so I give one to him. I hand out Smarties to all the guys at my table. Suddenly, one of those edgy 6th graders notices our majestic Smartie feast. Like a huge fucking creep, he just goes and starts eyeing us down. Now if I didn't make this clear enough, we had a ton of Smarties. And by a ton, I mean a fucking ton. So this 6th grader, let's call him Trump Jr., just gets up and starts slowly walking up to our table. Now he gets to our table and just hovers over us for about a minute. The look on his face was just precious. It was like a mixture of shock and euphoria at the same time, as if he had just won the Powerball jackpot or some shit. After that, he just casually walks back to his table as if nothing happened. After that, we just keep eating lunch until the period's over. So as I'm walking out of the lunchroom, the kid notices me. He starts talking. "Hey bro, you got any more Smarties?" That wasn't his voice. That was just what I thought. So as I'm walking out of the lunchroom, this kid approaches me. He starts talking. "Hey bro, you got any more Smarties?" Now, my first reaction to this was, okay, what the hell do you want with my Smarties? But I keep my mouth shut. I just go ahead and tell him that I have some left. Then he goes up to me and asks if I can have some. Of course, I first tell him no. Then out of nowhere, he flips a $10 bill out of his pocket and says, "How many will this get you?" Me, being my dumb, naive self, decide to take the bait. I pull 5 packs out of my bag and give them to him, and he hands me the $10 bill. Then Trump Jr. just runs off. So later that day, I'm at home enjoying myself, and I remember Trump Jr. I remember that he gave me $2 for every individual pack that I gave him. I realized I might be able to turn a pretty big profit out of this. So I bike over to the dollar store and bring $5. For $1 each, I can get packs of 10. So I go ahead and get 5 of those, totaling at 50 packs of Smarties. If I could sell all of these $5 packs, I'd get $100 total. So my next day happens. I get to school, and I get to lunch with my buds. So once again, as we're leaving, Trump Jr. stops me. When I first got these packs, I doubted that I'd be able to sell all 50 to Trump Jr. here. But this time, Trump Jr. brought his friends along. Somehow, by some miracle, I made $100 that day. Now when I get back home from school, I took 30 or so of those dollars and I biked over to the dollar store. With that, I actually bought up the entire store's supply of Smarties, and got a total of around 300 packs from this. When I got up to the cashier, I could tell he could see dollar signs in my eyes. So I get to school. This time though, when I get off the bus, Trump Jr. and the edgy gang are waiting for me at the gates. I pull out my stash and they pull out the money. I made $500 from that sale alone. I get to lunch. As I sit down, I show off my wad to friends. Naturally, they all wanted to know how I did it. I tell them that I sold some 6th graders some Smarties. Now when I say that, they all suddenly cringe. One of my friends pops a question, "Do you know what they're doing with that stuff?" I say I have no idea. Another friend tells me to go to the back of the school at the end of the day. It's Friday, so there's no sports or anything. So after school I go out back, but I keep myself relatively hidden. And who do I see sitting back there? Who but Trump Jr. and his gang. So one of his gang mates gets out a bag. Inside it there's a hammer, a razor, a dry erase board, a fucking glass pipe, and of course, thousands upon thousands of the Smarties I sold them. So they put down the whiteboard on the ground. One of them takes the first pile of Smarties and starts crushing them up to little pellets. And by little pellets, I mean he hammered them into literal dust. So after that, he just takes the razor and plays with him a bit. I decide to get a bit closer. But as I'm moving, Trump Jr. notices me and invites me over to this Smartie orgy. I look again at the little dry erase board, and I notice that the guy used the razor and made the Smartie dust into little fucking lines. Out of nowhere, this kid pulls a fucking straw out of a black hole or some shit, and starts fucking snorting it. So Trump Jr. and his friends are just chatting with each other. The one guy is snorting away like mad, and I'm just sitting here wondering what the actual fuck is going on. While I think about that, another kid gets another pack of Smarties, and he gets the fucking pipe. He proceeds to put the Smarties in the pipe, and then he lights the fucking pipe. At this point, my brain is pretty much fucked. I just resold a bunch of guys Smarties, and now I'm watching them snort them and smoke them. I just back away slowly. As soon as I'm far enough, I just sprint my way home, hopefully to never encounter something like that again. So you thought it was over? Think again. So let's fast forward a few weeks. I'm at lunch and I spot the Smartie gang. However, this time there are about 4 guys missing, Trump Jr. included. I decide to go ask them what happened after lunch. So I get up to them and I ask what happened. He responds, "Oh yeah, Trump Jr. and some other guys got mags." At first I brush it off as just a regular everyday sickness, so I ask the kid what happens when you get mags. He just responds to this completely casually with a fucking straight face. "Oh yeah, it's when maggots crawl into your nose and eat up the sugar. It happens to the best of us, but it goes away eventually." So right now, I'm screaming internally. So after that I go off to my next class and explain what happened to my friend. So the moral of the story, kiddos, don't sell not drugs to people, or you'll end up turning them into a fucking maggot nest. I don't know what I'm actually supposed to learn from this, but hey, I still got some good money along the way. Like what you see? Smash that like button. Want more? Subscribe and your wish is my command. Peace out.